Okay. Pretty much every bone I've seen has substantial differences. It's amazing that each bone is quite different. They're quite unique. You'd think everybody's humerus bone would look the same. So now, I'm just going to check one last time. I'm so scary to commit this bone to epoxy stage, but I have to do it. I feel like there's no way to tell for sure it's the right length, but let's see. Put that in there. Yeah, I think it's good. Okay, well, I feel good about it. I really do. I've double checked, I've triple checked, I've added a lot of detail, I've scraped out the shoulder joint more. I'm feeling good about it, guys. I'm feeling good about it. So my next move is to apply the epoxy. As you can see, when you lay it on a flat surface, it will just bend. So I need to build supports before I apply the epoxy. The cartridge makers probably tell you it stops filtering, because they want you to use a new cartridge every day and spend $20 a day. So I wouldn't believe that coming from them anyways. My water filter, my Brita container, lasts for like 6 months, like 200 refills, so why would this thing only last 1 day? Oh, good
Thanks for telling me that, Demise. Yeah, I don't smell them at all. Believe me, I have a pretty good sense of smell. I don't smell anything. So the minute I start smelling them, I will change the cartridge. And I have an extra set of cartridges in my laundry room. I don't want to use them just because every time I wear the mask, because I can't afford to replace them very often. They're like 20 bucks, I think. And I wear this mask every day. Yeah, this is epoxy resin. These chemicals are not odorless. I can smell them. I really appreciate those tips though, Denise. That makes me feel a lot better. Everyone else is telling me I'm gonna die. One guy said that the cartridge needs to be changed once every 2 hours. Can you imagine if I spent $200 a day on cartridges? That's $6,000 a month. Who has that kind of money? There's no way. $60,000 a year I spend on cartridges? Give me a break. Do I look like Bill Gates? That's more than the cost of the entire robot in 1 year just on cartridges. It'd be cheaper to work outside, but I don't want to work outside. Who said that? Just some dude, I don't know.
I'm robosexual? You're robosexual, Carlo? You know what I want to get, guys? A stand that mounts the mirror, so I can twist the box, and the mirror will just stay on its own arm. You guys can see you're on an arm of a lamp stand. Well, I want to get another arm to hold the mirror, so that you guys can see me, and maybe even a bigger mirror. I'm not sure. I have some cool ideas, but I'll let them unfold over time. This mirror idea is really working out great. Maybe they're already living with us now. I doubt it. What if your GF walked in and you and your robot raping me? She'd probably fight the robot off me. I doubt she'd believe it was rape though. She'd think I planned it. I'm not going to make you a robotic sheep, Carlisle. Thanks for follow D photograph. How real will it feel? Yeah, it will be able to walk, it will be able to do chores, it will be able to do manufacturing, it will be able to do cooking, cleaning. I would like the robot even to do things like brush my teeth, give me a haircut, shave my face. It will be able to walk, run, jump on its own. It will have 2 legs. Thanks for follow, Andrew. Okay, so now is the key part. This is still very fragile. It's still very much able to twist. So I'm going to reinforce it with clay. This is the part I didn't do yesterday, which is why I failed. I'm going to reinforce it with clay so that when I break this in half and start cutting it apart, it won't lose its form. It won't start to warp, because it's just very thin-walled epoxy right now, and it will bend. And I don't want it to lose its shape at all. It has to look identical to this. So I'm going to be heavily reinforcing it right now. Caro, don't you think it's kind of tricky to build its brains for so long because everything could change? Like maybe cars won't even exist anymore, maybe a dishwasher will be something completely else. No, things don't change that fast. We're talking 30 years. Think about the year 1980 to 2010. Very little changed. Like cars changed their design a little bit, but cars are the same. Maybe flying costs have gone down a bit. I mean, we have more cell phones now, or let's see. Yeah, now we have cell phones, but we don't have like a completely different world than then. The world doesn't change that fast. Can't tell if he's trolling or really thinks he can do it, or he thinks it's type of art, which it's not. No, I really think I can build a robot, and I don't think it's that hard. Who knows what will be invented in 20 years? It could be recode everything. No, you wouldn't have to recode like language, speech recognition, or computer vision, or navigational algorithms, or inverse kinematics for the movement, or balancing algorithms, or the ability for it to determine the distance it is from an object, or identification of objects. So much code would not need to change regardless of what new changes to the world around it would come into play. A lot of the code would still be very much valuable and in play. You'll be dead under my desk. Okay, alright, Ellen. Have a good night. You still haven't quit? Why would I quit? I'm hardcore. Milky, you're questioning somebody's religious beliefs. That's a timeout. As I said, there is no tolerance for mocking, questioning, trying to prove or disprove any religious agenda whatsoever. Whether you agree with my religion, anybody's religion, doesn't matter. We're not here to promote. We're not here to bash. We're not here to gain a deeper understanding of any religion. I only brought up a theoretical, hypothetical, philosophical argument pertaining to morality under the pretext of not believing in a God, which is not a flame war discussion, which is not a even religious discussion, to be honest. It's more of a discussion on morality in general. Big deal. It's just another yawn. Great, another guy's making a robot. Who cares? The fact that it's one person, that's what really blows everyone's mind. It's got people like, no way, this is not possible. But they're still sticking around to either see an epic failure or the most incredible thing they've ever seen in their life. One of the two is going to happen. Either I fail in an epic way or I succeed in an epic way. But either way, it's going to be epic because it's going to be very public and it's going to be very well known. And I'll either be a huge laughingstock or a huge inspiration to a lot of people. Ooh. Ooh. Nice. It's coming apart. It's good. It's good for us guys. Okay. Nice. Man, I'm having a really good follower day. Usually I only get a lot of followers when I'm doing like the exoskeleton work. But I'm getting a lot of followers doing the bone making. That's pretty cool. I'm loving it. It's a 2-day course to get level A first aid. You know, I just don't know if robots can be qualified to do stuff like get certified for anything. Can you have a certified robot lifeguard? Can you have your robot get a driver's license if he passes the test? These questions have not been answered yet in our society. I don't know if robots can be certified to do anything. It's a very interesting question. I doubt they would. I don't think robots can be certified. No, there won't be any hydraulics, Ben. No, there won't be any fuel either. It's going to be powered by servo motors exclusively. Hydraulics would be a tremendous problem because if there were ever an oil leak, it would spray oil all over the interior of the robot, destroying all the electronics. It would destroy all kinds of stuff. I mean, it would be a mess. I'd have to take apart the entire robot, clean it, and rebuild it. It would be a mess. And it would destroy probably thousands of dollars worth of equipment. I would not dare use any hydraulics at all for the robot. Unless if I felt that there was no other way. It's like on Lord of the Rings. I will only travel through the mines of Moria if I feel there is no other way to get to Mount Doom. This robot is going to kill everyone. It might. I'm trying to make him a good friendly robot that hugs people and doesn't kill them, but he might pull a Ex Machina on me and kill me and then come after you guys after. So you better be nice to Adam. And Adam have solar panels on his front and back. Solar panels would take months to recharge Adam. Like, solar panels charge very slowly, so it would be pointless. Plus, he's going to be an indoor bot. I wouldn't have him outdoors for very long because the humidity outdoors could get inside of him and damage his parts and get him rusty and blah blah blah. So I don't think outdoors is a good idea. Maybe if there were outdoor robotics competition, he'd be outdoors just for the duration of that, but solar panels take forever, man. Are the bones hollow inside? Yeah. I mean, here's half of a bone. This is going to be the bone once it's reinforced with epoxy. You can see where the bone starts. This is all just protective to keep it from warping while I work on it. But I'm hollowing it out as we speak. The bones will be hollow, lightweight, composite structured. I'll be putting strips of epoxy soaked fiberglass down. Thank you, October Bobby, for pasting that. Yeah, just read the bones command if you want to know what I'm doing here in detail. That will explain it. Thanks for that follow. I wanted a robot chef, that's all. I want a robot chef too! That's definitely going to be one of his capabilities, believe me. What's up, Toxic Ducky? Long time no see. Hope Adam isn't going to watch this video later, though. It will make him very angry. Why? What did I say about him? I haven't been mean to Adam. Guys, don't tell Adam to watch my past broadcasts and get angry. That's terrifying. Thank you, Captain Fuzz. Yeah, I've been working very hard on this, and my tweaks that I made to the design were a major success. Also, brushing the clay out with the toothbrush after removing it with a peanut butter knife is a very quick way to remove the clay. I'm very excited about that development as well. All of these techniques that I'm developing are turning out to be great successes. It did take me one failure before I came up with fine-tuning these methods, but it's well worth a failure here and there to come up with a great new way of doing things. So, you know, all this experimental, I designed all these techniques myself. I don't think anybody's ever done it this way before for bone making. So, I'm an innovator. And when you innovate and try to create new techniques of doing things, you're going to sometimes fail, but you just have to keep trying. Make the robot have a minigun arm. That's going to get the robot taken from me. I'm not going to do that. I mean, how can you think you can achieve something that big? Companies can't manage to do it with all their money. They haven't tried. Companies make robots that test, you know, gas suits. You know, they're not trying to make a robot that can do the things I want it to do. Nobody's tried. If they wanted to, they could. Really, what will set my robot apart from those companies is the programming. Any one of those robots you see on YouTube, I could program them to do the things that I have set out to do with my robot. It's a matter of taking the time to program in those advanced capabilities, which is a you know, 10 or actually 15 to 20 year project for a computer program. It's going to be millions of lines of code. No companies would make money spending 15 years with their best programmers programming the robot to mow a lawn. We already have lawn mowing robots. We don't need a humanoid robot that can push the lawnmower. But I want mine to be able to do that, and I'm willing to spend the time to make that happen. So, yeah. Is that a high-tech sculpting tool? You tell me. Crap, you missed the last 5 minutes? Am I that entertaining? Thank you. I didn't think I was that entertaining that you can't take calls while I'm streaming. Dad, where did I come from? Son, you came from a peanut butter knife. Good one, Gio. You're doing a fantastic job. Oh, I already read that. Okay, so guys, this is the really innovative part that I just came up with today. It's kind of half being funny when I came up with it, and it ended up working. So basically, I decided I would use water and a toothbrush to try to scrape away the remaining clay. And then I thought, I know, I'll use toothpaste for the grittiness of it to help remove the clay since the water wasn't working. And the toothpaste ended up being a big success. So now that's the method I'm using. Water and toothpaste removes all the clay from in here that's left after the peanut butter knife is done. To reinforce or protect the shape of the bone from the outsides as I remove the clay from inside the epoxy shell. You're going to put motors in the bones? No, I'm not. They wouldn't be accessible because once these bones are sealed, they're sealed. And also, by making them airtight with no holes in them, not only do you maintain the structural integrity of the bone, but you also keep the airlock in the bone, which will prevent the bones from crushing, because the air inside the bones actually help to form the structure of the bone. Similar to if you put the lid on a bottle and you try to stand on the bottle will hold your weight. But if you were to unscrew the cap of a bottle or poke little holes in it and you stand on the bottle will crush. And I'm referring to like a plastic bottle. So the air that's locked in the bone of an airtight bone will help to maintain the structural integrity of that bone. So that's why it's important for there to be no exit points of the bone. So no electronics can be stored in the bone. The bone needs to be kept as a solid, whole, hollow bone with no air gaps at all.